Scott Rickenbach, Doc Sports, NFL Sunday time. And I'm going to talk about an early game in the Sunday NFL. This is the San Francisco 49ers at the Houston Texans in this one. And this one, this line, I'm making this recording as of early Tuesday, so keep that in mind. But at the time of this recording, again, the Houston Texans just played last night at Seattle as I make this recording. San Francisco favored by 1.5, and the total 41.5. Again, that's the dominant number as of very early Tuesday morning. Got a free pick for you for this early Sunday matchup. Again, 49ers, Texans free pick in just one moment. Before I get to it, I want to talk to you about something else that's free. That's a free 60 at Doc Sports. That's right, a free $60 account to use for premium picks. So not just the free stuff, guys, but this is free premium action. You can get $60 worth of picks from the capper or cappers of your choice. Take advantage of this offer for all new customers, a free $60 account. All you have to do is go to docsports.com/free60 and get signed up. You'll be glad you did. Now, getting into this NFL Sunday card, I do want to mention something. I rarely talk about my runs and streaks and things like that, but guys, I'm coming off of a 4-0 week in NFL, a perfect week. And speaking of perfect, 5-0 my last 5 college football 7-unit plays. Now, we only get 1 7-unit per week, has to be in either college or NFL. You can't have both as your big game. So again, 5 straight weekends, 5 straight college football 7-unit winners. So my top games are on fire, having a huge college football season. So make sure you consider to check that out as well with my premium pick action for this entire weekend of college and NFL. Check it all out at Doc Sports. Now, the free pick here, first thing I want to talk about with this San Francisco-Houston matchup is what an ugly game that was on Monday night in terms of tons of penalties. The teams combined for 22 penalties and almost 200 penalty yards between the Texans and Seahawks, and kind of sloppy. The Texans had an INT. Seattle had 4 turnovers, 2 fumbles lost, and 2 interceptions. Just really kind of an ugly matchup. But what I'm going to talk about here is I don't think you can judge the Houston Texans on this. I know that now they're coming back from the Pacific Northwest, and it's a shorter week for them. But remember, they had a bye week the week before this game at Seattle. So I think the Texans are in pretty good shape that way in terms of physically and mentally, even though they're coming off now of a loss at Seattle. They're back home now. Remember, their first 2 games before this matchup, they won those games by a combined score of 70-10. And I know San Francisco's off that win against Atlanta, but I don't know. I mean, the Falcons are starting to look like they're a little bit overrated. So as you can see where I'm going with this matchup, want to mention one more thing. I really like the Texans defense too. Again, I know you see a final score 27-19, but again, they did cause turnovers there at Seattle, and Seattle only ended up with 316 yards of offense. So pretty decent performance from the Houston defense. They'll be better at home too. And another thing about guys being better at home is the quarterback, CJ Stroud. He is traditionally, in his young NFL career, he's been better at home than on the road. So I like the Texans to bounce back here at home against the 49ers. And again, I'm telling you, this line as of early Tuesday would have Houston at +1.5. When you're watching this, I mean, the line could have moved. It's going to be, though, I think, in a pick-em range, at least somewhere in that range. And I just like Houston to win here at home for all those reasons I just gave you. They're going to bounce back at home this week. Solid defense. Stroud comes up with a big game at home. And I respect San Francisco, certainly, but this is a tough road matchup for them. And I look for Houston to bounce back off the loss. Again, they had won their prior 2 games prior to this defeat at Seattle. They won those games by a combined score of 70-10. So I know they've got an ugly record so far this season, but this is the perfect spot for Houston to bounce back and improve on what's now been a 2-4 start for them. So I'm going to grab Houston as your free pick for Sunday in the NFL. But speaking of free, don't forget about the free 60. Also, take advantage of, you can do this for free too. Just subscribe to this video content here. Subscribe to the YouTube channel for Doc Sports. You'll be glad you did. That way you get notified when myself or the other cappers at Doc Sports, we have a great team of cappers. When we post free videos, free picks, free content, you'll get notified and you can check that out. We invite you to be on board here at Doc Sports. This is Scott Rickenbach wishing you the best of luck on NFL Sunday as well as this entire weekend. Thanks again for checking in here. I've got video content on a daily basis, and I'm Scott Rickenbach from Doc Sports wishing you the best of luck.